Y'all be hearing me talk about how you gotta push past not having motivation, can't rely on your feelings and all that good stuff. But your girl have been struggling lately, y'all. What's up, lovelies? It's your girl Denisha Johnson back with another video. Shout out to you if you are returning. Welcome if you are new. Today we're going to be getting into some of the struggles I'm facing during this winter arc season, as well as some of the habits that I plan on fine-tuning going into 2026. But first, your girl is just wanting some coffee, so let's head downstairs and get some coffee. As you can see, your girl did her nails. Now these are the press-ons that I was talking to y'all about I think 2 or 3 videos ago, and I actually just did these this morning. I think they're pretty cute. I said that I was going to cut them, but I decided to just leave them at the length that they came at because I didn't want to cut the hard part off or the round part. But they real cute. You know when you get your nails done and you just talking with your hands a lot? Yeah, y'all don't mind me. But let's go ahead and get this coffee and let's get to chatting. Alrighty, lovely, so your girl is back. It is time to chat and just talk about some things that I really have been struggling with, and then some things that I really plan on taking into 2026. Now first, can we take a moment for this cup? Like, this cup is so cute. At first I had this little ribbon on upside down, but I fixed it, y'all. That is just too cute. Anyways though, so y'all, this little season, I think from October to January, they call it the winter arc. I didn't know what that was at first, but I kept seeing everybody and their mama talk about the winter arc. So I searched it up. It said it's a time period pretty much where people lock in on their goals. They practice discipline, self-development, self-growth, and they pretty much try to do this before the new year really starts so that they could already go into the new year with those habits. Honestly, that's what I was already doing. I was already working on that, hence why I did the Becoming Her challenge. So when I Googled what the winter arc really is, I was like, okay, that's perfectly aligned. But I want to talk about what I've been struggling with during this winter arc period. Now, normally I am not the type of person, y'all, let me stop talking with my hands, I'm so sorry. Normally I am not the person who struggles with trying to keep my routine going during the winter months. Normally I'm able to power through the winter and still stay consistent in the gym, still stay consistent with meeting my goals and discipline and all that good stuff. But y'all, this is the first year out of I want to say I've been on my fitness journey for at least 3 years now. This is the first year in my journey where I've been struggling to stay motivated and to stay having the urge to go to the gym particularly. Y'all, it's been like so freaking hard, and normally I'm able to push through. Y'all be hearing me talk about how you got to push past not having motivation, you can't rely on your feelings and all that good stuff, and all of that is still true, it's still real. But your girl have been struggling lately, y'all, and then on top of that, it's just been so gloomy outside. And I'm not the type of person to want to claim seasonal depression or really any kind of depression, but I do feel like the weather has been kind of having an effect on my mood a little bit. I like brightness, I like the sun, I like when everything is just, you know, bright and open. But even outside of the weather, I just been kind of feeling just out of whack, whether it's sunny, gloomy, or whatever. So I'm not even gonna blame that on the weather. It's just stuff that I've been feeling, and I'm trying to acknowledge everything that I'm feeling, but then figure out how I can navigate, how I can maneuver through those feelings as well, instead of ignoring it and just burying it. So one of the things that I've been doing is, for my workouts, typically I'm planning a super hard, super intense workout because I do like to push myself. Y'all saw that if you watched the Becoming Her Challenge 6-week series that I did, you saw that I was really pushing myself, and that's what I like to do. I like to challenge myself. There I go talking with the hand again. I really like to challenge myself and just become the best version that I can possibly become of myself. But since I've been struggling with motivation and struggling with getting to the gym, what I've been doing is I've been making my workouts a lot shorter and a lot less intense. That's really been helping me because I feel like if I go and do something, that's better than just completely not going all together and not doing the dang on thing. So my workouts have probably been anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes, which for me is pretty short, because if I have to do cardio and strength training, my workouts can go anywhere from an hour to 2 hours. Like, they could get pretty lengthy. So the fact that I'm doing 20 to 30 minutes is definitely something new for me, but it's also been helping me to at least get my tail in that gym and to keep the habit going. I think that's the thing. If you keep the habit going by showing up, you don't got to show up perfect. The workout don't got to be the best workout that you've ever had of your entire life. I think you just got to keep going and keep building that habit, because I think eventually the motivation will come. It comes and goes. But by that point, you've already built the habit. So regardless on if you have the motivation or not, you have the habit and you have the work ethic. And y'all, here's a little tip. So I created my own workout plan when I did that 6-week challenge. And normally either I will create my workout plan or I will ask my husband to create my workout plan for me, since he is a bodybuilder. He knows what he's doing with all that type of stuff. But what I did this time was I went onto ChatGPT and I just typed in the prompt. I said, hey, I'm struggling to stay consistent in the gym during these winter arc months. Can you create a 3-day workout plan for me that targets my full body? I told it that I don't want the workout to be too long, but I want it to be still effective. So it literally created me a 3-day full body workout split. And I feel like people don't be using ChatGPT or really just AI in general to its full capability. Now, I know it's some people that feel like AI is bad. They feel like it's taking over. I understand where you're coming from, but I feel like it just depends on how you use it. I feel like you could use it for bad or you could use it for good. And I think there is so much good that we could use it for. You can even go into ChatGPT and say, hey, I'm going to X, Y, and Z grocery store. My budget is this amount. And then you could say something like, I want my meals this week to be high protein, low calorie. Can you help me create a grocery list? And ChatGPT will literally create you a whole grocery list. It'll stay within the budget and it'll even give you options for that specific store that you're going to. I feel like with all the resources that we have in today's age, there's really no excuse. I know that some people cannot afford a nutritionist or a trainer or anything like that. Honey, get on ChatGPT. Okay, everything ain't the devil. I know some people just really believe that AI is so evil. I think it's a lot of good that could come out of AI. It just depends on how you use it. So right now, I'm currently following a 3-day split. And that's helping me to still get at least 3 days in a week at the gym, but then also not doing too much to where I'm overwhelmed and I end up doing nothing. Normally, I strength train for at least 4 days out the week, and I typically get 10,000 steps pretty much every single day, but I'm just scaling back a little bit so that I could still do something instead of completely nothing, if that makes sense. Eventually, I probably will go back up to strength training 4 days a week, but for right now, my little 3 days is doing me just fine. Now, let's get into things that I've pretty much been already doing, but stuff that I just want to amplify and get even better at in 2026. And one of those things is really just my overall structure of my day. I often listen to podcasts and just different YouTube videos of people who would be considered successful. And a common theme that I notice amongst those people is that they have a lot of structure when it comes to their day. Like, they know what they're doing from sun up to sundown. And they typically have things in chart form or in list form or in a calendar, just something to where a structure format is already provided so that they have something that they can go back to in case they get off track. So me, I already created a workout split. So that's something that's been helping me to stay structured. And I typically just make a little quick mental to-do list for my day, but I do want to get a lot better at having things either written down or in black and white when it comes to my whole day. Like, some of these people, they literally have every hour planned out. I don't know if I have every hour planned out, but in 2026, my goal is just to be way more intentional about my day. So if that means that I need to have every day planned out, I'm certainly going to try it. I used to be a person that was like, oh, I don't need no calendar. I don't need to write stuff down. But then I didn't like the results I was getting. So it's like, if there are people who have already accomplished what I'm looking to accomplish and they're saying to do this, or they're saying that this is what they do, why wouldn't I be inspired by that and try to implement it in my life and see what happens? And even when it comes to content, I do plan my content, but I want to have my content so structured and so planned out that I know what I'm filming a month from today, even 2 months out from today. I don't know how many people watch my channel who are content creators themselves, but you can literally get on ChatGPT and ask it to help you create a content creating plan. like a whole plan for the month, a whole plan even for the year. That's what I mean when I say I don't think we're using AI to the full capability. Like, there's so much that we could be doing instead of having this constant fear that AI is going to take all of our jobs. I think we need to put AI to use. So going into 2026, I want to literally have a full year of content planned out, and I want to have it either on a physical calendar or on a digital calendar. And then as far as this YouTube channel, I have been trying to monetize this channel for the longest time ever, and there are some things that I would do differently, but I'm so grateful because I feel like going into 2026, I just have a lot more knowledge on YouTube and really what to do to grow a channel that I'm just really looking forward to implementing. And I think 2026, I'm just really going to be more intentional about my content and just building a sense of community. I've already really been working on just building a community, and not just any type of community, but a genuine community where it feels like we family, and a community to where it feel like we literally just on FaceTime, like we just talking, you know, we just talking like you would talk to a friend. That's what I'm really looking to build, and I feel like I've already been on the road to doing that, but 2026, I'm just taking it to a whole nother level. And the final thing that I really plan on just fine-tuning in 2026 is just my overall discipline. I feel like I've been doing so good when it comes to getting up on time for prayer, and that's something that I'm the most proud of, y'all. And I learned with that, instead of setting my alarm at 4 a.m., the time that I want to get up, I started actually setting my timer for 3:45 a.m. because I know, just knowing myself, that I am going to hit snooze at least 2 times. So if I hit snooze 2 times, then that brings me to 3:55 a.m. and that gives me 5 minutes to get up, go brush my teeth, and just really wake up so that I could get to prayer on time at 4. Sometimes it just be them little small tweaks that could really go a long way, and that's really what I've been learning and just trying to implement, and I've been definitely noticing a difference. But I want to also fine-tune discipline in other areas of life. And if you have not checked out my video I did about discipline, I think it's called What God is Teaching Me About Discipline. I ain't trying to be biased, but I think it's a pretty good upload and it's worth checking out. But in that video, I really just talked more in depth about what God is teaching me concerning discipline, and I really just want to carry that on into 2026, but not just in one area. I want to just be so disciplined in multiple areas. Will I be perfect? Of course not, but I want to make promises to myself and keep them. I think that's what builds your confidence as well as a person, is if you say you're going to do something and you actually do it. How many times have we said, oh, I'm going to lose this weight, or I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and we just didn't do it? And yes, life happens. I'm not trying to be insensitive. Of course, life happens, and, you know, setbacks happen. But 2026, I just want to get better at trusting myself, you know, giving myself a word and sticking to it. But y'all, unfortunately, I am about to run out of storage on my SD card, so I'm about to get up out of here. I really hope that y'all found some type of value from today's video. If you did, feel free to share this video with somebody else that you know it might help. Feel free to give this video a like and get in the comments and interact with your girl, because I love interacting with y'all. But without further ado, I'm about to get up out of here. I love y'all. Jesus Christ loves y'all. Peace, love, and blessings. Mwah.